Hello and welcome to another Athlete of the Week interview. Today I'm joined by Avery Herrick, who had an impressive performance last week, earning the Female Athlete of the Week honor. Avery, congratulations. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's good to have you. You had an impressive game, a victory over Central. In that game, you had four goals along with 3 assists, having 7 out of your 10 total team points scored in that game. You had a part in that. So what was your mindset coming into that game?
Oh gosh. Well, at the beginning of the season when we played Dover, it was a tough loss, 5-0. And after that game, us seniors got together and we were like, we have 7 seniors. We're like, okay, so this isn't working. Like, what's going on? And I'm like, well, guys, and all the seniors agreed on this. They're like, it's the first game. We got to get comfortable. And we got to remember we didn't have any summer things because of all the COVID. So we didn't have time to team bond and get the chemistry going. So we can't just jump in and expect to just play like how we played last year. So I'm like, it's going to take a little time. And that game was the first game that we actually all just connected. And it was amazing. I don't know. I don't even know how it happened like that, but it just did. And we all felt amazing after the game. We're like, wow, we need to play like that every time. I'm like, yeah, that was good.
So with that much senior leadership coming into a season, this is something that we've echoed in almost all the Athlete of the Week interviews, but what was it like trying to come off of a
Mhm.
summer and not having a spring sport season last year? What was it like trying to get reacclimated and to get back into the flow of the games?
It was tough. It was hard. We texted all summer long. We had a senior group chat and we kept in touch and we got together sometimes that we could, what we were allowed to get into shape because it was hard to just have that own mindset and make your own time management and just be determined to get down and get yourself in shape because we couldn't do anything as a group. So that was very hard to be able to do that on our own. But once we did, it showed in that central game.
How has the fact that there is no sanctioned playoffs this season, how has that played a role in impacting the team, but also trying to keep everyone engaged and everyone excited and ready to play? Going back to that style of conversation, you and those 7 seniors, that 7 senior group had, how does the fact that you don't have a regular season playoff have to play into, okay, guys, let's stay excited, let's stay up and going?
Yeah, that's funny you say that because that's been a big topic of conversation on our team lately because we just recently found out that there's nothing. We're basically just playing, not for nothing, but as Margaret Veazey said, she was talking to us, she's like, you're playing for your own pride. And she's like, that I know that's not a championship gold ball, whatever, but it's good enough if you say, hey, I'm playing for my own pride, just to make ourselves feel good and as a team feel good. That's what we're playing for. And it was hard at first to actually gather that and understand that we're not playing for a trophy. But once Margaret Veazey was like, guys, it's just for your own pride. And then we're like, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's not bad.
In Dexter, a very historic program with field hockey. But it is important to mention this is your second Athlete of the Week victory, and the first one was playing soccer. So having to
Yeah.
adjust, not maybe adjust, but coming out to a different sport and playing and then earning an Athlete of the Week nomination. Talk about what your mindset is as an athlete, just to how you approach an individual game. Granted, the stuff we just talked about.
Yeah, I mean, it's all because of my teammates. I don't mean to sound cheesy or anything, but I wouldn't be where I am without the help of them. They were so welcoming to me last year. I was like, I have no clue what I'm doing, guys. I'm forewarning you that you need to help me out because this is brand new to me. They're like, oh my God, you're fine. And then I started playing last year and they're like, okay, we're good. You're good. You're fine. And so that with the help of them, they've gave me a lot of confidence and the coaches as well too. I mean, I wouldn't be where I am without them for sure.
Absolutely. We actually have your game coming up this Friday. We'll be broadcasting that one. So, what do you expect going into this next bit of action?
Oh gosh, it's Central, right? Friday, yeah.
Yes.
We
Same
just
team
played
you
that.
won Athlete of the Week
So
against.
it's so it's just like a cluster. We play games same teams back to back. I don't know. We just recently had a game tonight. And it went into double overtime, and it was very stressful. And at the end of the game, we're like, we're not doing that again. We're not going into overtime. That's just it makes it so we just all hated it. We're like, that's never happening. So going into this next game, I feel like we are just going to be guns blazing, first half and second half. Just do the same thing every half. Don't settle. Don't think, oh, just because we're up by one, we're good. No, just keep going, keep striving, do the best you can.
Yeah, I forgot you totally had a game right before this interview. So definitely appreciate you being able to come on and add a few words after that, and what sounds like it was intense action. But thank you very much,
Yeah,
Avery,
it was.
for joining me and having a great Athlete of the Week interview. Who knows? I mean, probably we'll be seeing more of you very shortly. I wouldn't be surprised at all. So thank you, Avery Herrick, for joining me and providing this interview. Stay tuned for more coming from Eastern Maine Sports, and stay tuned for Avery's game against Central, who she had an impressive performance against last time, coming up this Friday, broadcasted on Eastern Maine Sports. So I want to thank you again, Avery. It was a great interview, and best of luck to you going forward.